Are you curious as to whether or not the Sigma 16mm 1.4 is still a great lens? Well, I've got it mounted on my Sony A6400, and we're going to do some testing with it right after this. Okay, welcome back. I am Semi-Retired Bob. If this is your first time here, I do a few tech reviews, but I do it my own way. What I do is I just take a bunch of sample shots and a few videos. I do a few tests that normal everyday people can do to let you make your own decision whether or not the piece of gear I'm talking about is for you. If you want the technical specs and everything that goes with that, there are a lot of really smart guys out there on YouTube that you can tune into, and they can give you all the technical specs and exactly, how many pieces of glass are in it, what kind of coating is on the front lens, all that kind of stuff. But I just thought we'd just take a quick look at some stuff and, let you make your own decision. First thing, we're going to try the autofocus test to make sure it works well. It is mounted on my A6400. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean out here a little bit and then come back in. And then I'm going to pick the camera up and point it at the ceiling. And then I'm going to bring it back down here. Then I'm going to turn it to the side. Oh, don't look at the pile of empty bags over there. And then I'm going to bring it back. How did it do? Is it still keeping me in focus? Okay, and now let's go ahead and pop my hand in front of the lens. Let it focus on that. Oh, I hate this little tripod. Let's try that again. Bring my hand up. Come on now. There it is. See, there's focus on my hand. And go back. And how about a little lens cap test? Can you read that? There it is. So it seems to be pretty responsive. Wow. Okay, now that we've done that, let's take it outside and walk around for just a few minutes and give it a little vlogging test, since a lot of people like to vlog. Okay, so now we're just going to walk around a little bit here. I wouldn't expect this to be super stable footage because the f1.4 Sigma lens does not have stabilization, and neither does my Sony A6400. There's no stabilization involved in either the lens or the camera, so this probably won't be the very best vlogging tool you've ever used. But if you've got a camera that has in-body stabilization, it'd probably do really well. Wow, that's really blown out. Let's bring that aperture down a little bit. There we go. That's a lot less blown out. Sun's really nice. So that's that. We all know the one thing you want to be careful of when you're using a wide angle lens and vlogging is don't get yourself too close to the edges of your shot, because as you can see, it can do some really strange things to your face. But as long as you keep yourself fairly centered, that's not too bad. And now with the sun behind me, I'm in silhouette. I said I'm not going to walk very far. This is just a quick vlog test. Normally when people are vlogging, they're trying to give you some inspiration, and boy, there's an awful lot happening in the world right now. I'm going to try and keep this as generic as possible, because while we all know what I'm talking about today, if someone's looking at this review 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I want it to still be relevant. And isn't that the cool thing about the internet? That somebody could be watching this video long after I'm gone. You don't know. Somebody could be watching it today, but there might be somebody in the future that watches this that has no chance to know me because I'm already gone, but they get to know me by what I've put out there on the internet. And if nothing else, the grandkids can tune and say, hey, look, that was your Uncle Bob or your Granddad Bob. It's pretty cool. But in talking about what's going on in the world today, all I want to say is relax. God's got this. He knew about this all those years ago. He knows about it today. He knows what you need. So just relax. Put your faith in God. God's got this. That's it. That's all the advice I got for you today. Now that we've done this, I am going to pretend that this tree behind me is the coolest thing we've ever seen, and we want to take some B-roll of it. So now I'm going to take a few quick handheld video shots so that you can see what those look like on this setup. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that quick little B-roll of my fabulous tree. But it should give you an idea of what the handheld, the 6400 with the 16mm f1.4 can do. Probably going to want to use a stabilizer of some sort if you're going to try and film with this setup. But maybe you've got super steady hands, hard to say. Now, while I was out yesterday, in the morning fog, I did take some pictures with this setup, and we're going to jump into Lightroom real quick and take a quick look at some of those. Okay, so here we are in Lightroom. As you can see, it was really foggy. I kind of like how the buildings just disappear into the fog there, but I'll find a little bit better photos so we can. There you go. Get it all nice and zoomed in for you so you can actually take a really close look at the corner-to-corner sharpness. Yeah, that looks alright. This one I actually did a little editing on to make it look better I put it up on my Facebook post yesterday, but now we'll go ahead and zoom on in here so that you can make your own choices about whether or not you think this lens looks good enough. I mean, so I forgot to mention, this is only a $400 lens, people. I mean, that's for, if you're getting it in the Sony E-mount, it's only a $400 lens. So I think trying to find a better wide-angle lens for that kind of a price is going to be impossible. I took a few pictures down in the old market area. Normally, on a Saturday morning, this place would have been just packed with people already, but we all know what's going on right now. So as you can see, there was nobody around, but you can see the clarity of this lens in those bricks, even on the corners and the brick street. And there's a shot down the street. As you can see, there's nothing going on. There's a couple of cars up here and just a couple of cars. I mean, normally I wouldn't be able to take these pictures because all the parking spots would be full by this time on a Saturday morning. There's looking back up the street the other way. I think there must be an apartment building up over top of one of these buildings because there was a row of cars parked in there. And then I stopped by the lake on my way home and took just a couple quick shots there. And these are all completely unedited except for that one I showed you earlier. But yeah, these, for a $400 lens, I don't think you're going to do much better than this. I actually caught a couple of people walking down the path there. And one last one for you to look at. Oh yeah, I got a really good shot of the parking block, but I mean, you can even see all the little chips and everything in the concrete. Okay, so if you like the way I review stuff, consider subscribing to my channel. Hit the little bell notification, and just go ahead and hit all the little buttons around the screen right now, and I will see you in the next one.